Welcome to theUpStreamLife.com. I'm your founder and editor, Vishal Krishna. I've got with me Simran. She's from Bitget. Simran, we're at the Build for Web3 Summit 2023. Why is it significant?
I think this is the first time that international companies such as mine, Bitget, is here in India to actually listen to startups, listen to their pitch and invest in them accordingly. So I think the significance comes from that now international companies are ready to invest in India.
Absolutely. And India is now opening up to blockchain in many fronts, Web3 mostly. All the young people talk about startups. What is Bitget for my audience to understand? Bitget is an exchange platform, but there's more to it. You want to tell us about Bitget?
Right. So we are definitely a cryptocurrency exchange platform, but over that we have this feature called copy trading. So it's something that a lot of new users in the crypto space use because they don't understand about how cryptocurrencies work, how to invest in them. We prepared a product wherein you can follow professional traders and just trade their own strategy, and that works out well. We are the #1 largest crypto copy trading platform because of that.
And copy trading is interesting because it allows you to understand the best out there and you can just copy their strategies. It's interesting. How does that sharing happen?
Right. So it's basically called social trading. So when you want to be friends with someone on the internet, you go look at their LinkedIn, their Instagram, you go through their social profiles. When you want to copy someone's trading, you look at their profit and loss. You look at what kind of investments they make, what kind of cryptocurrencies they invest in, and act accordingly. So it's basically a copy trading social profile that we have on a platform that users check out and then invest accordingly.
And to participate in this copy trading, do I have to buy a subscription or I just come try it out?
Nothing, is just super free. In fact, you don't even have to buy crypto. You can just try out with demo tokens. Basically, just for fun, you can try out and see what kind of profit and loss you're making out of these professional traders. So you don't even have to invest.
Okay, does Bitget also offer its own tokens in a way?
Yes, we do have Bitget token, BGB. It actually just a month ago reached its all-time high. We were very small initially, but now as the company is growing, even the token is growing, and there's a lot of utility of the token inside the ecosystem itself.
Interesting, Simran. But what you're doing for India, I heard you have something called the Build for Youth initiative. Is that
Blockchain
true?
for Youth, right?
Yeah?
Right.
So what is it actually?
So we did this research.
It's called Blockchain for Youth?
Blockchain for Youth, right,
okay,
right.
Go on. What is it?
Right.
It's very interesting. I saw it in the press, but it's very interesting for me because the fund that you've announced is phenomenal. It's $10 million in size for Web3 startup.
Right.
Can you tell me about it completely?
Right. So we have this Bitget research team, and they were just doing research around our users, around people that we've met before, and 46% of the people on the platform were actually Gen Zs and millennials. Knowing this stat, we were just surprised. We were like, oh my God, we used to think that crypto is something that only people with larger portfolio can invest, but this is something that's changing. Like NFTs and the craze around crypto has gotten the youth to invest in it. Once we got to know about these statistics that so many of our youth is actually into crypto, we decided that we needed to support, enable, accelerate these people out there. As a matter of fact, India is the biggest hub for it. So we launched this 10 million blockchain.
Not just for investing, but also building.
Right. For I would say it's a multi-purpose thing. It's basically our CSR initiative.
Okay.
We want to encourage youth to build in blockchain, in crypto, and this fund helps in accelerating these people out.
And these are all creators, individuals, startups. How do you pick them? They apply. How does the format work?
So we've had multiple programs. Like right now in India, we're doing Build for Web3 Summit. So even under this, we are going to be investing into startups up to 100K. As a matter of fact, even in Africa, we've launched the Bitget Builders program under Blockchain for Youth. So we're looking for smaller new developers also getting into the space. We want to give them jobs. We want to give them funding. We want to give them mentorship or however we can help them out.
What can they build? I mean, they can build something. They can build decentralized apps. They can build security layers. Do you encourage them to build also? I mean, copy trading platforms. I mean, much better, faster. EVMs. How do you approach this?
Right. So initially we did have a lot of discussion on this, as to what exactly we want to be able to fund. DeFi projects, metaverse projects, NFT projects definitely are there in the scope. But we also think that the youth comes up with ideas of its own. They tell us what to invest in. So we are open for collaboration. We're open to see what the youth has to give to us. So any sort of projects, it can also be like, Web3 products. Yeah. And then we can basically build a bridge to get them into the crypto space.
Okay, they apply on your website for this and then you run it past your set of influencers or people who understand the subject and then you select a good idea?
Right. So we have multiple programs, like I said, for India, for Africa, for Europe,
Correct.
for overall Asia. We have different types of programs under the Blockchain for Youth initiative going on right now. Under that, you need to see which one of these programs you fit in, and then you can just start applying for it, etc. Like for example, last month we had under 30 hackathon under Blockchain for Youth, and we actually accelerated 3 Indian startups under that. So very open. We still want to figure it out. We still want to see how users want to get to us. Like I'm available on social media platforms. My team is available. So even reaching out to us, texting us works out really well.
So what's the best pitch to you on say Twitter X, or would you say write to me on Instagram with a great 1 line or 2 lines about the idea and then you select them, or is it just a general email that you expect? Or is there a form on your website?
I think there are multiple things. There is a form on the website. There is a lot of plenty of information out there around this particular program. But overall, I think that I love meeting startups face to face. When I see them, when I meet the founders, I know what kind of company these guys are trying to build, and that's the best way to get to know me, to get in the Blockchain for Youth initiative, etc.
Okay, is a trick question. What's the craziest idea that's been pitched to you of late?
Oh my God, that's a long list of
Pick
crazy
one.
ideas.
Pick 1 or 2.
I think one of the really good startups that I met right now, Sadev, they're doing very well. They are basically building like a social profile for developers. So how you can connect how we have copy trading, social trading, so people can see what P&L ratio is, etc. On the same way, they can see what the developers have basically built. They can review developer codes and give them a ratio, a review for how good they are at least building. I think there's nobody out there doing this, like a developer social profile. This accelerates, for companies, tech companies to hire easily.
That's true. That's another thing, right? You're giving back to the ecosystem with the Build for Web3 Summit today. They say that there's a huge gap of talent that can be filled in from India for the world. Do you believe that?
Totally. I think India right now is the second largest hub for blockchain development. It's a hotbed for blockchain technology. And as much as everybody says this, I think it's really true. Like if I was to host this particular event anywhere else around in Asia, I wouldn't see these kind of people out there. Like there are 200, 300 people just waiting pre-registration to just, enter. I think India is definitely super hub for crypto right now. And I think it has a vast potential to explore.
Okay. Why did you get into this world? I mean, your thoughts initially. Is it because the technology that fascinated you? Is it also the financial aspects that fascinated you? Like you mentioned, a lot of the millennials are coming in investing in your platform. What interested you?
Right. Even I am a millennial, to put it out there. I started my journey in crypto space 7 years ago. Bitcoin was under $1,000.
Yes.
A couple of my friends at Uber, I was working at Uber back in the day. They were just like, Simran, you talked so much about stocks, you should actually check out Bitcoin. And I was like, Bitcoin? I've heard about this term before. I started exploring it. I thought, okay, let's just put some 5,000 rupees. Let's see how it goes for me. And to my surprise, that 5,000 actually became 15,000. Again, that 15,000 also went down to 2,000.
Yes.
But then
it's back up again.
Yeah, it's back up again now. So that's how I got into crypto.
You got into it as an investor?
As an investor, as a trader, as somebody who wanted to know more about what the financial markets currently are offering.
Then the decentralized world would have interested you?
Totally. I think after I actually started using cryptocurrencies, a lot of my bank accounts started getting blocked. And that's when I was like, oh my God, people actually have the ability to take all of my wealth away from me, and for no reason at all. I don't even know what wrong did I do. I'm paying my taxes. I'm a good citizen. Why is my account getting blocked? But this is just something that can happen to anyone and everyone. So it's very important to know that, as long as you are the one who's managing your own wealth, your wealth is safe.
Yeah, I think that way the world was struggling with that one particular thing, right? No wonder they're just taxing it at this point of time without really understanding the effects of decentralization, how it can benefit each party. And that's where this initiative, this $10 million that you've got, you want startups to come and perhaps build for the future, be inclusive of everybody, right?
Right.
Do you see, what does it take in industry? What are some of the industry reactions when you meet all these startups at the event? What do they think about this kind of a CSR initiative in terms of a fund? Do they accept it for the funding reasons? Of course, I mean, you've seen a funding bubble in India. Do they like it because they're saying, yes, decentralize is the future. We want to get everybody involved. Like you mentioned, you cannot you cannot block somebody's bank account, although he or she's paid taxes, right? Is that how a millennial thinks today? That they can be controlled, but there has to be control with transparency or something like
Right.
that.
I think overall the regulations and everything around crypto is in a very grey zone. Even though we in India we have our tax slabs 30%, which is quite high, but
Yes.
still people know that India is not going to say no to crypto. They know that there are more regulations coming in, more frameworks can happen, things can be positive. So right now everybody is a little hesitant. They are a little scared, but they also want to not miss out. They want to see that if I can collaborate, if I can get out there, if I can get some sort of networking done, I should be out there. And I think that's amazing about India.
Okay, we spoke the engineering, we spoke the finance. You have this event built for Web3 Summit 2023. You partnered with LumosLabs and Builders Tribe. What do they bring to the table along with you?
I think I know LumosLabs and Builders Tribe from a very long time. I've worked with them before. Those are the only people I trust in the crypto space to actually get me what I need. If I tell them that I need 100 startups, high quality, I need to be able to look at them and be like, yes, this is the kind of crowd I want to invest in. And those people actually make that happen. So they really enable us in meeting startups that we wouldn't have met otherwise.
Absolutely, and I'm sure that today there'll be many startups hoping to network with you, and they can network with you where? On LinkedIn?
On LinkedIn, Twitter, Telegram, I am always open sharing all of my information out there with people so they can reach out to me the way they want.
And do go apply for that, that fund. Right. Checks start as low as 100K or is it 500K? What is the size of the investment?
So right now we're looking for early traction projects, projects that have just kick-started. They have an MVP, a minimal viable product. So we're looking to invest up to 100K, but we again don't have a cap as such on it. We still want to see what kind of projects we're getting in and then invest accordingly. So we don't really have a ballpark figure in our mind. We are open to seeing what happens.
So they may have some traction, they may get more funding if they already have a product market fit.
Right. But right now we're not offering fundings, like we don't want equity. We genuinely want to help people, so it's all grants.
It's a grant, is it?
Yeah,
That's
it's all
why
grants.
you call it CSR, no wonder.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And what else do you want to leave our young audience with? Do you want them to invest or do you want to build on the technology or do both together?
I think it needs to be a bit of both. If you're a developer, build, come to us for funding. If you're a trader, use the platform, come to us to collaborate.
And like she said, you're paying your taxes, so you have nothing to worry. So go for it.
Go for it. Just go for it.
What's the Bitget website? Do you want to tell them?
Bitget.com.
That's it. As simple as that. Go put your ideas in there. Write to her on LinkedIn. Simran?
Simran Alphonso, nice meeting you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.